Good morning, all. My name is Dr. Purushottam. In our previous class, we have completed Introduction of Electrostatics. In that Introduction of Electrostatics, we have completed permittivity, that is absolute permittivity, permittivity of free space, relative permittivity, Coulomb's law. In today's class, I am going to discuss about Gauss law of electrostatics. Gauss law of electrostatics. This is a very, very important essay. So 1A, state and prove the Gauss law of electrostatics. And B, deduce the Coulomb's law from Gauss law. Coulomb's law from Gauss law. So Gauss law of electrostatics. You see here, I am giving pen option, right? So definition, what is Gauss law of electrostatics? So this is a magnetic this is total electric flux phi is equal to 1 by epsilon naught into Q. This is the Gauss law of electrostatics. In your own words, you can define definition or statement, Gauss law of electrostatics. So this is the closed surface of any shape. You can take any shape. So the total flux in this closed surface is phi. So total charge Q. Total charge Q. Then we can define the total electric flux phi through a closed surface enclosing a charge is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times the magnitude of charge enclosed in it, that is called Gauss law of electrostatics. What I am saying, the total electric flux phi through a closed surface enclosing a charge is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times into magnitude of this charge Q enclosed in it, that is called Gauss law of electrostatics. So proof, this is the closed surface of any shape. So statement you can see here. So Gauss law states that the total electric flux through a closed surface enclosing a charge is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times the magnitude of the charge enclosed. Mathematically, we can write phi is equal to 1 by epsilon naught q by 1 by epsilon naught into q. So this is the statement. Proof. Let us consider a closed surface of any shape. Let us choose a point O in the surface. At a point O, let us take a charge plus Q inside the surface. So let a charge plus Q is placed at point O inside the surface. Consider an elementary surface ds. So from point O at a distance of small r, let us take a small elemental surface. This elemental surface direction, this is ds. So this is electric field intensity between these two, that is the angle theta. Angle theta. You can see in this figure. Let us consider a closed surface of any shape as shown in this figure. Let a charge plus Q is placed at a point O. At a point O. From point O, at a small distance, small r, let us take an elemental surface ds. Let E is the electric field intensity which is directed along OP. The angle between E and ds, that is theta. Therefore, the electric flux, yesterday class phi electric flux is equal to E dot A, yesterday class. For a small elemental, this is d phi E into this is ds. for small elemental surface ds, the electric flux d phi is equal to E dot ds. So dot product A dot B is equal to mod A mod B cos theta. In the same way, this is E ds cos theta. We can write. So what about this? A dot B dot product in vectors mod A mod B cos theta. So same style, this is E dot ds is equal to E ds cos theta. So you see here, the electric flux d phi through the elemental surface ds is given by d phi is equal to E dot ds. So we can write this is E ds cos theta or E cos theta into ds. Let that is equation number 1. But we know electric field intensity formula E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. So this is equation number 2. As it is, I gave here, this is electric field intensity. Now substituting this equation 2 in equation 1, E value substitute here at the place of E. So left side phi is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught E value as it is substitution here. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by R square. So remaining E cos theta into ds. E cos theta into ds. So d phi is equal to, you see this is d phi as it is equal to as it is. This E value we are substituting as 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by R square. So remaining cos theta into ds as it is. As it is. But this is ds cos theta by R square. We can write this is ds cos theta by R square. So it is known as solid angle d ohm. In this figure, you can see this is the angle, solid angle d ohm. Solid angle d ohm. You can see. So ds cos theta by R square or cos theta ds by R square. So d ohm is equal to ds cos theta by R square. This is equation number 4. Now substituting this equation 4 in equation 3. So d phi as it is equal to as it is. So 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught as it is into Q same. So this is d ohm. D ohm. This is equation number 5. The total flux through the entire surface is given by phi is equal to total. So surface integral of d phi. Surface integral of d phi. So phi is equal to surface integral as it is. What is the d phi value? This is the d phi value. So substituting phi is equal to surface integral of d phi 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q into d ohm. So this is the constant value. Q by 4 pi epsilon naught surface integral of d ohm. So you can see in next slide. Now substituting this equation 5 in equation 6. So equation 5 in equation 6. So equation 6 as it is, phi is equal to surface integral of what is d phi? So as it is substitution here, d phi, this is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q into d ohm. Into d ohm. So this is equal to 1 into Q by 4 pi epsilon naught constant, remaining surface integral of d ohm. So what is surface integral of d ohm? This is 4 pi. Remember, so 4 pi gets cancelled. Phi is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Or phi is equal to, we can write 1 by epsilon naught into Q. This equation is known as Gauss law of electrostatics. Gauss law of electrostatics. Or phi is equal to integral E dot ds. We know very well this formula. That is equal to, now we calculated q by epsilon naught. So totally we can write phi is equal to surface integral of E dot ds is equal to q by epsilon naught. This equation is known as Gauss law of electrostatics. Gauss law of electrostatics. So again, you listen statement. Statement. So the total electric flux through a closed surface is equal to 1 by epsilon naught times the charge enclosed in it. That is called Gauss law of electrostatics. Mathematically, phi is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into q. Proof. Let us consider a closed surface of any shape. Any shape we can take here. So let us take a charge plus q. It is plus q is placed at a point O. From point O, at a small distance, small r, let us take another point P. At a point P, let us take an elemental surface ds. So this is electric field E is along OP direction. Along OP direction. Then electric flux formula d phi is equal to E dot ds. Yesterday class, E dot ds is equal to E ds cos theta or E cos theta into ds. But this is electric field intensity formula. You know very well. So E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into r square. Just substitute here. So we get equation 3. In this equation 3, we can observe ds cos theta into r square, that is d ohm. D ohm is known as solid angle. Now substituting this equation 4 d ohm in equation 5. So d phi is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q into, this is d ohm. The total flux through entire surface phi is equal to entire surface integral of d phi. So now substitute this d phi in this value. So you can see here, now substituting this equation 5 in equation 6. So equation 6, phi is equal to surface integral of d phi. What is d phi? 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught q into d ohm. So both are same. But 1 into q by 4 pi epsilon naught constant as it is I am taking here. So remaining this integral, surface integral into d ohm. But surface integral of d ohm, that is 4 pi. So 4 pi gets cancelled. Phi is equal to q by epsilon naught. Phi is equal to surface integral of E dot ds is equal to q by epsilon naught. This equation is known as Gauss law of electrostatics. Gauss law of electrostatics. So differential form of Gauss law or Maxwell's first equation. So in this unit 1, we will calculate Maxwell equation 1, 2, Maxwell equation 3, Maxwell equation 4. So now I am going to discuss about Maxwell's first equation, or it is also called differential form of Gauss law. Differential form of Gauss law. So del dot D is equal to rho. This is the Maxwell's first equation, you remember. Or del dot E is equal to rho by epsilon naught. This is the Maxwell's first equation. Very, very important. In exam, they will ask del dot E is equal to rho by epsilon naught. Show that del dot D is equal to rho. Or show that del dot E is equal to rho epsilon naught. Okay, differential form of Gauss law or Maxwell's first equation. Maxwell's first equation. So Q, you know very well, charge density rho is equal to Q by V. Yesterday class, charge per unit volume. Just I am taking here. So what is Q? What is volume? I wrote here. So Q is the total charge enclosed by a closed surface. V is the volume. total volume, then the charge density rho is given by rho is equal to Q by V. Q by V. But we can write Q is equal to epsilon naught into phi. So according to Gauss law, phi is equal to Q by epsilon naught. You know very well, just we derived. So from this relation, Q is equal to, this is epsilon naught into phi. So at the place of Q, we can write epsilon naught into phi. Remaining same by V. By V. So from this formula, this is phi, rho is equal to epsilon naught phi into V. I want to take phi by V from this formula. Phi by V is equal to rho by epsilon naught. You can observe here. So in this formula, this is phi by rho, phi by V. So phi by V is equal to rho by epsilon naught, rho by epsilon naught. So phi by V is equal to rho by epsilon naught as it is. We can also write 1 by V surface integral of, so another step you see here, I am writing same phi by V is equal to rho by epsilon naught. We can write this is 1 by V into phi is equal to rho by epsilon naught. So 1 by V, what is phi? What is phi? Phi is equal to surface integral of E dot ds. We know very well. So this is surface integral of E dot ds is equal to rho by epsilon naught. You can see here as equation 8. 1 by V surface integral of E dot ds is equal to rho by epsilon naught. Rho by epsilon naught. So clearly you can see here in this formula, when volume V tends to 0, this term is called divergence of E, del dot E, divergence of E. You remember, volume V tends to 0, 1 by V surface integral of E dot ds is called divergence of E. It is represented by del dot E. What I am saying, if V tends to 0, what is V? Volume. The total volume of the closed surface tends to 0. 1 by V surface integral of E dot ds is called the divergence of field E. The divergence of the field E is represented by del dot E. It means that, so 1 by V surface integral of E dot ds is equal to divergence of E. So you can see same formula. 1 by V surface integral of E dot ds is equal to del dot E. Del dot E. So now substituting this del dot E value in this equation 8. So left side, both are same. This is del dot E. I wrote here del dot E is equal to rho by epsilon naught. So this equation is known as Maxwell's first equation or Gauss law of differential equation or differential form of Gauss law. So I am taking same del dot E is equal to rho by epsilon naught. So as it is, I am taking here. So del dot, just to take this side into epsilon naught into E is equal to rho. What is displacement vector? D is equal to epsilon naught into E. Now substitute here del dot D is equal to rho. You can see here. So del dot D is equal to rho. Del dot E is equal to rho by epsilon naught, or del dot D is equal to rho. This equation is known as Gauss law or differential form of Gauss law, and also called Maxwell's first equation. Maxwell's first equation. So deduce the Coulomb's law from Gauss law. Deduce the Coulomb's law from Gauss law, or derivation of Coulomb's law from Gauss law. Let us consider a spherical surface. This is the spherical surface. This is the center. At the center, the charge plus Q is placed at the center. You see here, let us consider a point charge plus Q placed at the center of the spherical surface. Spherical surface. According to Gauss law, what is Gauss law? Phi is equal to simply Q by epsilon naught. But another formula, phi is equal to surface integral of E dot ds, that is equal to Q by epsilon naught. You remember this one. This is Gauss law. So simply we can write, according to Gauss law, surface integral of E dot ds is equal to Q by epsilon naught. Q by epsilon naught. So we can write this is epsilon naught. Surface integral of E dot ds is equal to Q. So E is constant. So epsilon naught into E. Surface integral of ds is equal to Q. But the surface integral of ds is equal to 4 pi r square. That is area of sphere. Area of sphere. Now substituting this surface integral of ds is equal to 4 pi r square at the place of this surface integral of ds. So surface integral of ds is equal to 4 pi r square. Epsilon naught E as it is. At the place of this surface integral of ds, we can write 4 pi r square. That is equal to Q. So epsilon naught E 4 pi r square is equal to Q. From this relation, I wanted to take E, electric field intensity. So Q by, this is epsilon naught 4 pi r square. So this is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught, 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square. You can see here. So that is equation number 2. E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square. So you know very well Coulomb's law. For example, this is Q1. This is Q2 or Q0. So the distance between these two small r, attraction or repulsive force, that is electric force, F. So E is equal to, from this relation, F is equal to Coulomb's law 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q naught by r square. So we will calculate this formula. You can see here, E is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught into Q by r square. Let Q naught is the second charge placed on the surface. You see here. So this is the plus Q. This is plus Q naught charge. Due to this is Q. This is Q naught. This is F. This is R. Like this, you can see. So here, let Q naught is the second charge placed on the surface of the sphere. It experience of force. What I am taking here, this is plus Q. At a small distance, this is Q naught. So this is the electric force. Electric force. So E is equal to F by Q naught. According to electric field intensity, E is equal to F by Q naught. So F is equal to E into Q naught. From this relation, F is equal to E into Q naught. Now substituting E value, this E value in equation 3. So F is equal to as it is equal to as it is. This E value, as it is substitution, E value here as it is substitution 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square. So remaining Q naught. Therefore, F is equal to 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught Q naught by R square. This equation is known as Coulomb's law.